So we'll be sharing with you the process of ending our romantic partnership.
Yeah. I don't understand this whole process. I don't understand what we're going through. We've shared our whole relationship with you for the last 8 years, and this is a hard to
talk about it all, let alone on the internet.
I don't want to share it with the world. And I'm just trying to figure it all out myself.
I think for me and for us, because I think when a lot of couples separate or break up, it's like, we ask for privacy and they don't necessarily really share the inside, but we've been with you and we've been here on our channel basically from the very beginning, so it just feels right.
And I don't think either of us fully understand yet or process the ending of this romantic relationship, but we wanted to share with you where we were at. And I've got a bunch of them.
There's no manual on how to do this. So I think the question I can imagine, the question that I usually have is why, right? And that's the question we asked ourselves. And I don't know if I have stuff hanging out of my nose. And what happened, at least from my perspective and from what I know from us, is that we've had a beautiful relationship. In fact, we can deep dive into some of it in a minute. So amazing. And we loved each other so much and still do. And one of the most beautiful things about me and Andrew is that we build things together in this amazing way. And so we built a life together. We built a community together. We built all of our dreams. We built this business. We did so much. And it's everything that we touched turned to gold almost. Is so special.
But that didn't mean we could stay together. It's this cruel joke of why was there's so much beauty and perfection and still is in our relationship, but just...
So what we got to, it's so fucked up. It's we wanted a family together. We wanted to build a tantric center in Costa Rica together. We wanted to grow old together. There's a part of us that wants that so much. And we've been trying to figure out what to tell you, because in some ways we've been trying to figure out what's true for us. And the only thing, I think the most true thing that I can say is, as much as we wanted it, it wasn't true. It wasn't true. And, when I've told people this, the most common question is how do you know? What makes something true? And, it's so individual.
I can't explain it.
It's so personal. And just we've made a practice of listening to ourselves and listening to life.
And not necessarily what we want, or we want to have children, we wanted to do this, we love each other so much, we just keep wanting, but it just feels like life is pulling us in another direction.
And we don't even know why. It might not even be a better direction. We both hope to God it is. But as tantric practitioners, we can't be sure.
It's a Layla trademark spitting fit in. I'll miss that.
Yeah.
Hopefully in our friendship I still get to see a lot of that.
You can ask any therapist, coach, or spiritual teacher, and Layla fucking spits in her tissues when she's having a meltdown. So, I just wanted to do a little, I mean, it's kind of like a little digestion of our, thank you, of our relationship, which is like, yeah, we got together more than 8 years ago.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like, you met me, I was like a broke spirit. I was in debt. I was already a great teacher. I worked really hard in the jungle.
And I was a great marketer.
Yeah. And we met on the beach. And it was...
Yeah. You were magical. I call you a sparkle unicorn.
You were this handsome surfer learning tantra, doing breath work.
Just prancing around in your short shorts everywhere. Yeah, and we started a beautiful relationship and a business, and
it felt really dharmic, like.
Yeah.
And we moved back to the US, and I mean, I didn't know anyone. I'd been gone in Asia for almost 10 years. And I mean, I think something that I can unequivocally say is true about our time together is like I became the woman that I know I was meant to be.
Sounds like I do. Yeah, I can see. I mean, our whole relationship, we just up-leveled it. Like, there were some hard times, like some hard times. We up-leveled each other through the whole relationship. Like, who I am 8 years into this relationship is like magnificent because of you and because of me and because of our relationship. And like,
I grew in like every dimension. Like, I became a queen. I became like everything I was meant to be in my purpose. I fell in love with myself so much more than you were.
I've come so much more into my power and into my grounded being and just into my truth. Like to know like the amount that you've encouraged me to speak my truth and to
yeah, I remember you once said nobody ever asked me to speak my truth before, not like I did.
Yeah, I was afraid of giving my truth to people.
Yeah. We moved to Los Angeles and we knew like one person here. We didn't know anyone. And we built this like amazing life, just like filled with the most like glorious parties and community and home. We built
I can just like add up all of the things, the amount of like our lifestyle, how well our lifestyles gelled, how well in business, what we created. Yeah, sure, we argued a lot in the business, like, and just how we just kept like reflecting to each other who we were and growing. And I felt I just like loved you more and more each year and deepened and loved myself more. And then we're here, ending our relationship.
It's so fucked up. And even like, I would marvel, like just even after 8 years, like we still had such a beautiful sexual chemistry. Like we struggled sometimes with like keeping our relationship like passionate outside of sex, but it was so beautiful. Like when we actually made love, how sacred
and beautiful.
We always had such a sexy match too. Like it felt like we had like this. There was a deep match in like our orgasmic and physical nature that was really beautiful. And I remember just being like, wow, after 8 years.
Such a depth to our sexuality.
The reason I'm laughing is because
Laugh, cry, laugh, cry.
We've sat
That's our relationship. Laugh, cry, laugh, cry.
We've sat in this ourselves and like hated. I'd even say hated sometimes, like life, the universe, you can call it whatever you want, God, like, and been like, how can it be so amazing and we just don't feel like it's true?
Yeah. And I don't want us to get into it. Like, I don't have a story or a truth around, like, wouldn't it be convenient if I could say that, we're ending our relationship because of this, and this, and it's just...
It wouldn't be true.
No.
It's just like a knowing. It's a knowing somehow. And, yeah, I think that's like when people ask, like, how do I know if I should stay with someone? And like for me, it was like, I looked at every other relationship. Like I was like, please, like, is there someone I can pay? Like, is there some spiritual mentor or relationship coach or therapist that I can pay enough money and they'll just tell me what to do?
But we found the truth on our own. We did a lot of work together. Like, even in the last year and a half, we've been toying with this, like, feeling that something wasn't quite right. We couldn't get to, like, children and, like, to that 100% commitment to each other, and we worked on it. We saw numerous coaches. We went to different retreats. We worked on ourselves as well as our relationship, and it just became apparent, like, that we're meant to go different ways.
Well, we also switched off, I would say, like, for a period of time. Like, you were more unsure, and then I became really dedicated, and I was really unsure more recently, and you became really dedicated, and then, like, it was just, we couldn't somehow get there. And I think, like, the thing that I really came home to was, like, no one could tell me, like, no other relationship could show me the answer, because I have friends who are in relationships and I'm like, why are you in that? But, like, they choose it fully. Like, it's their path. Or I have people who are in relationships that from the outside, I don't know, it looks like way less amazing than what we share, but they choose it fully. And, like, then there's people who look like they have the most incredible 5-star relationship ever. And I'm like, wow, I should be like them. Why am I not like them? And finally it was like, the only thing I can do is come home and listen. And, like, only my heart, like my deepest heart knows, like nobody else knows. And I think that is something that we all know inside of ourselves when we're really willing to listen. And for years, my deepest heart told me to be with Andrew. Like, for years, we chose, like, we were devotional to each other and we were dedicated to each other. And then when it just came to taking that next level, like, like, the heart truth wasn't there. And that was the thing. We railed against it. Like, we literally sat together wailing in each other's arms, and we were like, why not? Why not? And I think, like, just from, like, a teaching standpoint, I, like, desperately wanted to sit here and be like, tools and practices can save a relationship. And they made our relationship so much better. But, like, the truest thing, and the thing I came to over and over again, is, like, there's not a tool in the world that can make the untrue true. Like, you can't.
And I also don't regret a single moment of our relationship, or all the tools that we dived into, or all of the growth that I had personally, and I know that you had and that we had in our relationship. Our relationship got to where it was supposed to go. I wouldn't have ended it or changed it any sooner than we did, and I'm so grateful for every moment.
Totally. Yeah, and I think that's the thing too. Like, we tend to think of relationships as only being successful if they last forever.
Yeah, that's it. Like, so we're in an unsuccessful relationship because it ended.
Whereas, like, I think of our relationship as triumphant. Like, I I really do. And like when I was sitting in it, it was just so clear to me that we set each other up for like the deepest and truest love because of the way that we loved each other and because of what our relationship has been.
Yeah. And our relationship as well hasn't ended. It's transitioned into whatever it's transitioning into now.
Totally. And we did a really like conscious uncoupling, and I know lots of you still consciously uncoupling. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to have questions about that. So we will share that with you, and we will talk about our process. Yeah.
So you're getting all the Layla today.
So yeah, I thought it would just be really beautiful to end with sharing gratitudes for each other.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so grateful for you. Just like, I mean, it's endless. Like everything in our relationship, the ways that you. I'm grateful for our conversations. I'm grateful that you were there for like everything I ever went through. Like fully, like in my joyful moments, and like in my shadow, in my like fear, and in my. You were just there. You showed up for everything, and you were such a guide often for. Yeah, and just help me. I'm grateful that you helped me see so many things about myself, and I'm grateful for like all just the adventures that we went on. I'm grateful for like the life that we created, the amount of travel and fun and play and friends, and like and all. We co-created a lot of that together, but just how much of that you brought, like, yeah.
I'm grateful. I've told you this before, but I feel like you were and are like fertilizer and sunshine to me. You just nourished me so deeply, loved me so much, and supported me to grow into like everything that I was meant to be. I'm so grateful. Just that you were, I had so much trauma and so much pain relationally, and like I really healed that through our love. I really became capable of being in relationship the way that I desire to be, the way that is my soul's truth, because of our work together, and because of the way that you loved me. And I'm grateful for
Still do.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking of how like we've ended so many of our vlogs and be like, check out our couples course.
I had LASIK eye surgery yesterday, and I'm not supposed to be crying.
Fuck. It's so poorly timed. Yeah, I'm so infinitely grateful for everything we built, for all of the fun we had, for like just the fact that we loved spending the simplest time together, like just going for a walk to get coffee. Yeah. It was so much fun. Going to the park.
Yeah, I could spend all day with you. Yeah.
And I'm so grateful. I remember one time Annie, our love coach, she was like, Andrew, what does it feel like when your penis and your heart are separated? And I was like, I don't I don't think his penis and his heart have ever been separated. I think your heart is always like so fully connected to your sexuality and like just that level of love and beauty and poetry, and like I'm so grateful. Oh, life, why? I want to share our text thread where we were just like, the actual fuck, because it really does feel like that. Like we're not, it's really does, like you're probably watching this and you're like, why would you break up? Like that seems insane. And it's almost like we've felt the same way. Like there's so much that's so beautiful and so good, and it just feels like it's the right thing to do. And I guess it's better now than 20 years from now being like, I kind of always felt like we wasn't right somehow, but we just squinted at it and did it anyways. And I
think it's harder to stay in, to leave a relationship that's like ours, that's like so wonderful, but just, you know, it's just not right. And I commend our courage to do that. No, I mean, it's been hard.
Yeah, totally.
I love you.
I love you so much. We were at a party and we were just like thanking each other, and I was like, I feel like we gave each other more in 8 years than some people do in lifetimes. And then we like touched our foreheads together and we were like, we'll keep loving each other for lifetimes.
It's definitely been a growth relationship. It's a magnificent growth.
I love you for lifetime.
Yeah, our relationship is continuing now in a different container, and there's so much love there from my side and from your side. And I mean, I'm scared for what's to come, and I'm excited like in our relationship, because this is a hard time, and I want to stay connected in my love with you.
Yeah, so we're just continuing to navigate this, like we keep saying, like one day at a time. And we'll keep sharing our process with you. And
this has really been, one day at a time for us. Like we're talking like most days still, and it's all very new and emotional still for us, and we're working out how to move forward together from this.
Yeah. So thanks for being a part of it. And I know this probably touches you. So if you feel to share in the comments, like sharing either something that you've learned from us or that you're grateful for in our relationship, something that's inspired you, that would be amazing, because like it's tender and vulnerable to share this with you, to open our hearts, to share what's going on inside, and to feel your celebration or feel you reflecting on us would be amazing if it feels true for you. Good. Now you get the unsuggested forehead touch. I knew it was in there. Are you pointing to me like, sign up for the conscious uncoupling opt-in?
Only $9.97 for the conscious uncoupling course.